Welcome everyone to a computer session. Today we will start with chapter number 2, Computer Languages. Let's start with language first. We all know various languages, right? We can speak English, Hindi, Urdu, etc. etc. But why language is important to us? We need language to communicate with each other. It is a medium for expressing our views and feelings. When we want to express our views, we need some language. But for effective communication, we should have a common medium. For example, if I will speak in French while teaching you and you don't understand that language, will it be a proper communication? No. So, we need to learn some language for communication, and it should be a common medium which you and me should understand. Now let's talk in terms about computer languages. How do human beings communicate with the computers? We know from our previous sessions that a computer does not have intelligence on its own. A computer without instructions is like a car without a driver. So we need to give instructions to computer for each and everything. To give instructions, we should have a common language with the computer, which means a computer should understand our language and we should understand a computer's language. There are different languages for different purposes. Some computer languages are used for special purpose, such as designing a software, while some are used for general purpose, such as using Microsoft Word and PowerPoint. The person who makes use of computer language to develop a computer program is called a programmer. Now, what is a computer program? The set of instructions which tells the computer what to do is called a program. The process of writing specific instructions in computer language is called programming. So, what have you understood with this? Whatever a person makes use of the computer language is called a programmer. Whatever he is writing, the instructions he is giving to the computer, it is called as a program, and this process is known as programming. Now let's see the classification of computer languages. First is machine language, second is assembly language, high level language, and fourth generation language. Now let's learn about machine language. Can you see some numbers on the screen? Can you read these numbers? This is what a computer understands. Okay, this is your machine language with zeros and ones. This text computer reads is as hello world, but we cannot understand this. We understand them only in the form of zeros and ones. So what is a machine language? It is a combination of zeros and ones. Now this machine language is also called as binary language or first generation language. A machine language program written on computer may or may not run on another computer, which means if you are writing some code in the computer lab, exact code might run on your computer system at home or it might not run. So this is all machine dependent. Next we will learn about assembly language. It is a low level language or second generation language. It uses mnemonic codes or symbols like MUL, DIV. Small codes are known as the mnemonic codes. It is also machine dependent and time consuming. The programs written in assembly language are called the source code, and the programs converted into machine language is called object code. Now, why do we need to convert this assembly language into the machine language? Because computer understands only machine language, but we cannot understand the machine language. So, in whatever language we are doing the programming or designing, that needs to be converted into the machine language. Next, we will learn about high level language. It uses simple English languages like class, return, print. All these words are used here. This is also called as third generation language. Translator programs such as compiler and interpreter are required to convert high level language program into machine language. So we are going to use these two softwares called as compiler and interpreter to convert our high level language into machine level language. Now some popular high level languages are Basic, C, C++ and Java. Well, have you heard of the word Java? Well, your computers, we learn the programming in the Java, but the most commonly use of Java is the mobile phones. So the mobile phones are designed in a language called as Java. Next, we'll learn about the fourth generation language. The features of the fourth generation languages are: first, it is highly user friendly, which means it is very easy for the human beings to learn this language. It is very high speed of execution, which means whatever instructions you will give, it will be executed in a high speed. It has reduced level of programming skills. Now let's see the different levels of programming languages. First is your high level program. Now this is going to use the keywords such as class triangle, float surface, return. All these simple keywords will be used in the high level programming. But if you will convert this into the low level programming, it is going to use the words like load, mul, div. These are your mnemonics. And this low level program, if you will convert into machine code, it will only generate a code with zeros and ones. So a machine language is something which computer understands, and high level language is something which human beings easily understands. So high level language is easy for the human beings but very difficult for the computer, whereas machine level language is very easy for the computer but difficult for the user. Now let's discuss about the assignment. You have to write the classification of computer language on sheet. So I hope the classification of computer languages are clear to you. That's all for the today's class. See you in the next class. Goodbye.